please give a big round of applause for the amazing Ali and Heidi? Welcome, welcome, beautiful people. Today I'm going to be talking about bringing sacredness into sexuality, but also into all of our energy exchanges. SEX for me means sacred energy exchange. And when that first came through, I realized how important it was in all my daily interactions to bring this level of what I call sacredness to it. Now, what is sacredness to you? For me, sacredness is presence. It's a nice word, isn't it? Reverence. Love that. Appreciation. You know, every time you speak to somebody, what a privilege that is to have those moments of their time. They could be anywhere in the world and they're letting you speak to them. Maybe if it's a sexual energy exchange, you might be privileged to touch someone. Do you ever really think about how amazing that is? And today I'm going to share with you 3 things that I've learned on the journey that will completely change your life if you're open to that. And I'm going to share with you at the end one exercise that you can do that I do with my clients, which has been a complete game changer. Does that sound good?
Yeah!
Is anybody interested in the soul orgasms piece?
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe we'll bring that into. That's in my book about soul orgasms. So first, before I get started, I want to tell you a confession. And Ali actually said this already. I am a massive geek. And I love geeking out about all things sex and intimacy and relationships and psychology and just this general human experience, so I might get a bit geeky today. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Does anyone find geek sexy, by the way?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you know in high school being a geek is like an insult, but now it's like, oh, show me your beautiful brain.
Yeah.
Isn't it sexy? Yeah, I think it is. Big love to all the geeks. I'm going to share with you a story about a boy who was very confused and very lost and went on an incredible journey to become somebody that now feels really happy in himself, really comfortable in his skin, and is able to teach that to other people. Because I found this sense of peace in my heart, which I didn't have for the first 27 years. And it is medicine to be peaceful in your mind and in your body and in your being. Has anybody felt that? So let's do story time. I grew up in a town, a small seaside town, where around the age of 12, 13, most people started having sexual experiences. A lot of people lost their virginity. And a lot of the time it was fueled by drugs and alcohol. And I started heavily abusing alcohol when I was about 14 years old. We would get like blackout drunk, and then you end up doing things that maybe you wouldn't do if you were sober. And a lot of my early sexual experiences, they were really linked to like partying and alcohol, and I felt like I needed that to get the courage. Now, I actually got bullied because I didn't lose my virginity until I was 17. And my friends were all very sexually active by that point. And somebody said to me, if you don't lose your virginity by the time you're 18 years old, I am going to disown you. I can't be your friend because everybody's picking on you behind your back. Now I knew in my heart that I wanted to have sex with somebody that was special. I just knew it. It was always this thing. I was like, sex should be special. It's like, I want to do it with someone who I really want to do it with. But that peer pressure was very, very intense. It actually led to something really incredible happening. And that really incredible thing was, I was terrible at sex. The first few times I had sex, I was really, really bad. It's like premature ejaculation, totally not confident, couldn't enjoy the moment, was so in my head instead of being in my body. And this led me on a path to get good at sex. So I went online and I found a course. There are loads of courses you can do online. I was only like 18, 19 years old, and I found this course, and it taught about what tribes do. And there's this rite of passage that you go through as a teenager when you're in a tribe. And around like 13 years old, they teach you all about what we now call sacredness. How to move your sexual energy around your body. Amazing, right? The sex education system in the UK, anyway, is a big part of my mission to upgrade it. And is anyone else on that mission? Yeah? Yeah. I think so, it's very important. Question. Would anybody like to know how you can make your penis longer, erection stronger, completely naturally without taking any pills?
Yes.
In this course that I got when I was 18, 19 years old, it teaches you about this technique called jelqing. Jelqing. Everybody's writing that down, right? Jelqing. Go and research it. This is a technology that they teach in tribes to their people, so you know how to control your sexual energy. In these tribes, there is almost no sexual violence or crime, because people don't have the same kind of issues that a lot of the people have in our society. So go look up jelqing. I tried it, it works, it's amazing. Anybody can do it, it's super easy, and I don't know why it's not taught. So ladies, go tell your fellas. Fellas, go tell your ladies. Anyone else, go tell anyone else. It's a really beautiful thing. So jelqing and how to move energy up my spine, how to train my PC muscle, all of these things. Invaluable, right? As a teenager, learning all that stuff. Then I went on this mission, and I got really, really good at sex and biology. I learned all about anatomy and orgasms, and I became incredible at giving orgasms. That was like something I prided myself on, even without touching people. So has anyone seen that, where you can like energetically bring people to climax? There was no sacredness in this, it was all ego, but it was really fun. At parties, I would boast about all of these things I could do, and it was very attractive, you know, to a lot of women. They wanted to experience it. And I got to a point where I'd had so much sex that it stopped being fun. And actually, after I had an experience with someone, I would feel depleted. I would feel like less, which is a strange feeling for me. And I stopped wanting to have sex with people. Why was that? It was because what I was doing was physical. I didn't know about the spiritual connection. I didn't embrace that part of it. Even though it talked about it in the course, I didn't actually practice it until I had my spiritual awakening in 2016. And I got this connection to what I call my highest self. And I realized how to be really present in my body. And here's a few things that I learned that can completely change your life if you're open to it. First thing, do you know that you are made of pure energy? Your body looks solid, but if you put it under a microscope and you zoom in, you are literally made of pure energy. And this is a magical thing that you can bring to your practices, whether it's just having a conversation with someone. So right now I'm a blob of energy on stage talking to lots of other beautiful blobs of energy, and you can play with that if you want to. There's magic that happens when you do. The second thing that you learn, in quantum physics they teach that every particle is connected to every other particle in the cosmos by this thing called the quantum field. Does anyone know about the quantum field? Oh yeah. And the third thing I learned is when you spend time with somebody, whether that's just having a conversation or whether that's doing something more intimate, you strengthen those connections. the way I see it when I work with my clients is you create these energetic cords with people. Has anyone heard of that before? When you choose to have a sexual energy exchange with somebody, my experience is it creates very deep cords. And a lot of what I've had to do is clear those cords, because I had sex when I was under the influence of drugs and alcohol, and a lot of the people I was merging those cords with had lots of trauma and things going on in their life, and actually, was it worth the short-term physical pleasure for all of that energetic baggage that came with it? So when I had my awakening, I had to do a lot of forgiveness work and a lot of this cord cutting. So this is my invitation to you all. I have a meditation on my YouTube channel. If you type in Luke Scott Official cord cutting, there is a meditation you can do to cut these cords with anything that no longer serves you. Some of the cords you have with your previous lovers and partners will be amazing, they'll be enriching, and some of them might be still energetically weighing you down. But right now, as you're listening, right now as you're sat next to somebody, we are always creating these energetic bonds with people. So I am really aware and careful and conscious of who I even spend time with nowadays, especially in those SEX, sacred energy exchanges. So my invitation to you all, have amazing sex, have incredible intimate experiences, create deep, nourishing relationships. Just be conscious and aware when you merge your energy with someone, when you spend that time with them. Is this going to nourish and enrich me, or might this deplete me? My name is Luke Scott III. Thank you so much. I hope you have loads of beautiful, amazing sex in the next chapter of your lives.